Hey everybody, welcome back. This is episode 79, and we are leaving the moon camp with our new forged officer's pass in hand. Don't tell anybody. Looks like we missed this loot pile before. And time to head back to the Twilly Coast, and we'll advance that quest, and probably turn in some other ones as well. I'm also very curious what that other area is, Rithen, if anything special. Oh, this is the guy that gave us the quest for the, yeah, the box dodge.
I knew I could trust you. I'll take that, and here's your gold then.
Thank you, thank you. And oh, level up. Alright. What will you do with the box dodge now?
There are things in the air in Cluricon. It doesn't strike everyone, but some get awfully sick their first days there. Bog Staunch gets them through it, so we pack a jug with every crew we send over there.
Very smart. Hopefully they have a good supply. It just occurred to me too that that's oh, let me go to the map. Oh no, okay. Cluricon is the jungle area. I was thinking Cluricon was Alabastra, but okay, so after this we have Detir, and then Cluricon, and then Alabastra. Not sure if you can do them in different orders. Like I probably could have come down here. In fact, I'm almost positive I could to Detir first. But it seems like this is sort of the natural progression. We'll see how it goes. I'm interested to figure out how we get across the coast. That seems to be like a big moment. Maybe it's like part of the main quest you do. Also, I'm curious what this area is. That could be a cool island to explore. Unless it's just like there for character. Same with that guy. Before we do anything else though, let's go ahead and level up. Alright, in terms of skills, we have all kinds of skills at this point, although it seems like some of our persuasion rolls are still not totally maxed out. I could do more mercantile, though we have tons of gold. I'm not really too worried about that. Let's do... tough one. I guess let's do persuasion. Doesn't matter too much because I'm going to rebalance these in the not too distant future anyway. I think once we kind of once we finish up this whole area, including Rathir, that'll be a good time to redo our skills. Not going to respec otherwise, not yet, but at least skill-wise, might be time for a rebalance. Okay, so I want to put 3 more points into Might. Where to put them? So we already have Aftershock fully upgraded, and we need 35 points here to unlock some cool new skills. Not sure which ones we'll get. I don't really use hammers enough to really grab any of these guys. Does this one also do... So attack the longsword while blocking. I do like that one. And this applies bleed damage, so I might put a point into that. There's this guy which increases your resistance while blocking, and I don't really block as much as I should have. I think let's put another point into this, a point into this, and then damage versus stunned enemies. I guess when I use like lightning, that stuns my enemy, so that could actually be useful potentially. Yeah, let's go ahead and put 1 point into that one. Maybe we'll do one more next level. And we'll stick a Crusader for now. Again, we're getting very close to the next tier, but not quite there yet. I think we'll need 2 more levels probably. And then my goal, I was going to do like stick there for a while and then respec. Maybe I'll do like until I'm done with the tier, and then we'll respec and be a mage for like, you know, the other half of the game, these 2 in the DLC. But we'll see how things shake out and how I'm feeling. There's still quite a lot to see around here too while we're at it. There's a hidden cache over here. I like how there's sort of like a suburb outside of Rathir, which makes sense. Like these giant cities probably wouldn't just end. Because like these folks, if they needed to scurry in an attack, they could just run inside. Also, what is that building over there? There's so many like big fortresses around here.
Just too expensive.
Is that the oh, that must be Dolve. Wow. Hopefully he got a lot of gold for that. That is a giant castle. I was thinking by tower it was like, you know, one watchtower like that. But that's a whole giant castle. And I still want to see the other thing as well, which I can't see yet. But all good things in time. There is a merchant over here.
You like your way.
Let's talk to them first.
Did you think the whole army was across the water in Chloricon? No, I'm afraid some of us are stuck here in Dolve, Arne, and Rathir.
So I guess Clyricon is like the main battlefield right now between Alabastra and the plains of Erethel, and some Tuatha have made it this far, and I'm sure some of us have made it to their lands, but it sounds like that's where the war is most intense. Tell me about Clyricon.
I know they're as cooped up there as we are here, but someday that siege will lift. I want to be there when it does.
So maybe it's more of a Cold War at the moment. Tell me about the army.
While it's true we Alpha lead, many humans proudly fill our ranks. All mortals unite against the damned Tuatha Fae.
Glad to hear that. Tell me more about the Tuatha Fae.
They're not mortal for one, nor sane either. I've seen them firsthand.
What do you know of Dolve Arne?
Used to belong to House Arne, but that soft sot that inherited wanted nothing to do with it. His loss, the army's gain.
I'm glad it's going into good use. Have you had trouble with freemen?
The Freemen are a rogue group of our own soldiers who have grown disenfranchised by the war and decided it's easier to cause trouble at home than to keep the Tuatha at bay.
Yeah, it's really the last thing we need right now. So she doesn't have too much stuff, but some... Ooh, Prismere lockpicks. I don't think I've seen those for sale yet. Let's buy some repair kits. And they only stacked at 10, unfortunately. I don't know how many lockpicks we need. I'm gonna kind of buy just enough to get... Oh, we'll go with that. They're not that expensive in the grand scheme of things. Let's go ahead and do that. And I'll use them whenever I get to a very hard chest. And now that I have like 8 of them, I'll be more likely to use them. I don't know if we have any real junk to sell. Doesn't seem like it. We'll sell some white gear just to make some space. Alright, that should be good for now. So, okay, let's talk to these folks.
All who love Lyria should seek the orders at the temple. It's like nothing else
Many
I
new
know.
faces in the market these days.
All hired hands, it seems. Thought one of them might be named.
Good day, Fred. These Alfar women. Bewitching.
They say old
Good day
Abacar,
to
who
you.
lives by the keys, is rich as a gift and never goes out of his house.
I guess you save a lot of money when you never go out of your house. Eating out is expensive. But fun. Alright, let's go ahead and go into the castle now. And see if we can find his ancestral treasures. Or what's left of them at any rate. I do like that there seems to be a good balance of like quests. Like, I don't feel overwhelmed right now, but there's like enough to do at the same time.
This is Dolve Arne. You an officer? Got an officer's pass? No pass, no entry.
I do have a pass.
That's right. Officers only. If you've got a pass, show it here.
Here it is.
Right enough. Well, in with you then.
That was pretty straightforward. Wonder how he blocks you. Does he like physically push you back, or is the gate just locked?
Damn this siege.
A lot of guards around here.
Now the Officers Club in Rathir, that's where you want to be, not this dusty hole.
Maybe I'll check it out.
This was an important place early in the war.
Now it's an oversized warehouse. Just reading that since we're out of earshot.
Fresh recruits stay here sometimes before they ship off. Others stay in Rathir.
I am very impressed by how much voice acting there is in this game. Like, even these minor characters seem to have a good amount of lines.
This was an important place early in the war. Now it's
I say as they repeat them. And what is this? Oh. Looks like there's some giant rats loose. We can probably handle them on our own, though. There he is. Hiding behind the pillar. Just like old times, eh? Killing giant rats. Let's head back this way first. See if there's anything cool here. I guess these are like the sellers then. I don't want to like steal all the stuff because like this is the army. Oh, some traps. Rat traps perhaps. And I'm not going to bother wasting a lockpick on something that I probably won't take anyway. Now, if I saw something here that was like super amazing, that like would really help out, like, you know, my damage, then I feel like that might be useful to the cause. But maybe a master mana regen potion, but we can make those ourselves, so I won't steal from the army here. I'm sure there are lots of mages who are using those to wage the war against the Tuatha. I was surprised to see enemies here, but it makes sense that there's rats. Okay, I might have to just... Oh, I can go through chests. I didn't realize that. That's cool. Makes me love Blink even more. Talisman of Arne. Not a bad shield, actually. From a stranger in the woods, the child Arne received this talisman. When he died, a great sorcerer, he gave it in turn to a small child who was soon eaten by a bear. Oh, there's a twist. Honestly, well, no, I like this plus 10 damage with magic. I think that's still better, but definitely a pretty good shield. Let's find... Oh, and there's more rats out here now. I didn't have the shotguns again. Get that bleed damage now. I guess they're on fire from the burning effect from the sword. That makes sense. Actually, you know, it might be... Got some poison damage there. It might actually be a bad idea to use fire weapons. Although I like the synergy of it, so I probably still will. But because they're burning like that, I can't tell if they have the mark of flame or not. I'm going to use a potion, because I am diseased. And I don't want to die. After all, potions are made to be used, right? Don't want them to go stale. And the Staff of Arne. Alright, not a bad staff. Actually pretty good. The family heirloom of the great house of the same name. It has destroyed countless enemies of the Dolkafar nobles. I really hope this isn't one of those quests where he's like tricking me. Or if it is, I wish there would have been a way to, you know, figure that out if you try harder or use persuade or something, but it doesn't seem like it is. I'm actually equip that for now. Just because it's a really cool staff and we don't use staffs that much, so we can use it just from now until we turn it back into him. And ooh, spiders. Didn't see that one behind me when I started that. These guys are weak to fire, so... It does really seem like the enemies are higher level here. Ah! I had way too long so I couldn't see what I was doing. Yeah, and they're also shooting venom, so if they have ranged attacks, there's not a lot I can do. As much as I like the archetype and the look of stabs, I'm using potion to be safe. I don't like how slow they are and how they're like somewhat low range. Like the sword is very low range, but it's lots of damage. And the chakrams are only somewhat low range. I see a pressure plate there, or a spike trap. I guess that's what I ran into before. Oh, let's use some fire magic here. Very hard chest. I want to know what's in there. Let's try the lockpick. I don't want to use a prisoner one on this because I probably just should, honestly. Okay, getting a little better. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, nothing too great, I think. I mean, it could be useful for equipping things, but... So noble seems to mean plus health. And look, a new spider buddy. I haven't been using Axie just for a change of pace, but let's actually get him out here. So that maybe he can grab some aggro. I do that. And grab some health for us, which is always appreciated. It does really seem like the staff is supposed to be like a mage's or a sorcerer's filler weapon while you're like waiting for your spell to come off cooldown or waiting for your mana to regen, or if somebody's zapped all your mana. It feels like intentionally weaker than most other weapons. And I guess the reason is because you have so many abilities as a mage and such a large mana pool. You're supposed to be relying a little bit more on those. So that makes sense. It's not as bad as a scepter though, not even close. Like, I like the staff, I don't love it. Well, maybe a 6 out of 10, but the scepter I just despise. Like if the whole game was using this, you know, I could still enjoy the game and have fun with it. If this was like the only weapon that a mage could use or a half mage character. I'm very glad it's not, but like if the whole game was based on scepters, like I would probably just only use magic or as much as I possibly could. You'll have your chance, don't worry. Okay, let's turn in this quest and then maybe it'd be a good time to head down to Culm. Seems like a cool place to check out. Have we listened to this, didn't we? Maybe we didn't, because it's not collapsed. Nice view
Will I
from up
watch
here too.
the last of life flow from my land? Will I stand still as stone while the essence of its beauty drains away? No. Like Issa girding armor against Own, I, Mihari, will wrestle with the sinking sun, if that is what it takes to keep my land.
I like how the Fae are like sort of traditional fantasy elves, but they're also very different. Like they have their own character, their own lore. I mean, clearly they're based on like Irish folklore, but I like how they give elvish vibes while being their own thing. Anything hidden behind here? Nope, can't even get there. I have good news, my friend.
So, you got in old Dolve then? I hope it wasn't much trouble. Were you able to recover my arms? The staff wasn't rotted through, was it?
No, it's been serving me well. Oh, you can light him and keep it, but I'm not going to do that.
That's it! No mistaking this old piece of wood. I feel braver just holding it in my hands. And the talisman? Did you find it in its place?
I do feel a little bad stealing this from the treasury, but like they weren't really using it, and if this guy's gonna go to the battlefront and use it, hopefully it'll serve him and them well. I wonder if like you get more gold, like the more you give him. 'Cause it's cool that there are two different options. Like, you can keep either or you can give him both.
Ah, wonderful. I couldn't say how many blades and arrows this saved my family from. I'll feel safer with it on my arm, all the same. Here, have this for your troubles.
Thank you, thank you. What do you think of Dolvar now?
Life in a fortress sounds grand, but I'd take Rathir, with its fetes and food and fair-eyed ladies, any day.
And the war?
The name of Arne kept me safe until now, but a war is a hungry beast, and I suppose it was in my cards to be called sooner or later.
Yeah, I'm not usually a fan of drafts, but when like the whole world is a threat like this, it makes sense to have all hands on deck, so to speak. All right, where to now? Let's actually real quick, because we're gonna probably fast travel anyway. I'd like to go back to that guy who gave us the quest. Oh, I have no weapon. That's cool. Because obviously I gave him the staff I was holding. So let's put a sword in my hand. And Hellbane we have to give to, what's his name? We'll do that later. Oh, that's right. We need to have this with us to do some of the next stage of the quest. All right, but what I want to do is turn in that quest where we had to, yeah, kill the animals. Or creatures, I should say. Some of them aren't really animals. And he would be down there. Dolve must be like an Irish word for castle or keep or something like that. So we have Dolve Whale, Dolve Arne. Let's bring out our own Fairgorda in case they attack us, which I feel like, well, they might not have, but Axie's gonna make the first move, so we'll help them out. Maybe we can get some health back from this fight. I think I just have to like mentally keep track of who I use, mark a flame on and who I don't. It hasn't been too hard so far. I tend to detonate it right after I use it. Okay, there we go. There's some health steal. blades. So yeah, so noble is health, master is plus mana. And a warrior strength potion we'll use at some point. So during that fight, I don't know if I was imagining things, but the when the Feyblades came back to me, I was holding it, and it seemed like they did like a wider arc than usual. But that might have just been the normal animation, and I'm seeing things. Grab some Edelweiss. And one more jump. Lots of jumping. Good for the back. Okay, so yep, this little camp right ahead is where our friend is. We can finally tell him that we have helped him with his research. His potions do work.
Salutation. How goes the work? The monsters are dropping like flies, I hope.
Greetings, salutations, and hi there. I'd like to turn in my vials.
Very well. Just let me see how much I owe you. Well, there we are. All even. Would you like to continue helping me?
Oh, a part 2. What can I do?
I have refreshed your vials. Return when all 4 have changed color.
Oh.
Pay you. Remember, they will change color
Gotcha, yeah,
after
yeah.
you... Well,
So that's why this is a task. Tasks seem to be repeatable. Whereas, well, I guess some of them like the books or the notes even aren't, but a lot of them seem to be, including this one. But alright, we can keep it active and then eventually we'll probably fill it up and get some more gold. Can't hurt to have gold, right? But, okay, I think now we'll go ahead and... Oh, that's Rathir, okay. Right, because Culn is the same... Is that the same place? Yeah, okay. That's cool that it appears in 2 different side quests. So the village of Culn is littered with the bodies of settlers throughout the raiders. I should look around to see if Anella is among the dead. I'm guessing there's like a basement or something in that one house. We'll quick travel back there. Nope, not to that guy's house, but to Culn. So I guess the people who were in that village became the people under Lord Culn for that one quest. And then I think the lady we're looking for came here to try to like resettle it or to find some things. And that's why we're here now, and we're being attacked by somebody. It's a Tuatha, just one. It seems odd. Gotta remember to use that charge attack more often. I always just go in like with a random swipe attack, and then I'm like, oh, I could have closed that distance much more safely. So there is a hidden basement here. My great aunt used to have a basement like this with like the doors that open to your backyard.
They found me! Have mercy. Make it quick.
You're not the one I'm looking for.
Thank Mitharu. I thought I'd die here, the last of Culn's settlers, alone.
Maybe he knows something. Hopefully something good. Also, he could have just like walked out. I guess there was that one Tuatha there, so that makes sense. Anella, is she alive?
Anella and the foragers were out when the Tuatha came. It was a massacre until they returned and drove them off. She and the others set off for Verki, where Anella said they came from. If you've got any hope of finding her alive, you'll get there quickly.
Alright, the plot thickens. What is Verki?
Stronghold in southern Tawili, mostly destroyed during the war.
Alright, so that's where we have to go. Now which one? Okay, that's Verki. And that's the Blackened Hall, and that's Rithens. Hopefully we get to go to all these places, but we'll start with Verki. Before we head there, though, let's see if there are any loose ends to tie up. So my plan is still to do kind of all these little quests out here on the Tawili coast in Candria, and then head to the Cradle of Summer and do the main quest, and then we'll go into Rathir. But there might not be too much left to do, honestly. That's the Peasant Clothes. There's a couple quests we have to advance in Rathir. But yeah, I think that might just be about it. So, alright. Well, in that case, let's head to Verki and at least get that quest started today. It's getting a little late for me, so I'll probably have to log off after this, but I'll pick it up again in a few days. Oh, I was trying to read that load screen there, but didn't get a chance to. So I assume there'll be lots of Tuatha here. This is a cool zone. I like the look of it. It's like the ruins of a castle. Not sure we've been in one like this yet. Or if we have, it's been a while. And like any good ruined castle, there are some chests. I probably should use the Prismeer lock. It felt weird using it on a chest that I might not actually take anything from. But that's just like me being silly. Like there's no logical reason for me not to. Some weeds growing here as well. No Tuatha yet. I guess they cleared out the army as they came. Ooh, Talisman of the Sun. +3 chance. I thought it was going to be a talisman that like did more damage or something during the day, but it's not. So this talisman bears the blessings of Helios, the sun god, for those who bear it in the name of the light of day against the servants of darkness. Okay, well that's cool. Not really sure 3% is worth it though. I'm going to equip it just to see what it looks like, but I'll change it back in a little bit. Or I'll forget and use it for way too long. And... oh my goodness, I am forgetting how to block. Oh, right mouse button, okay. I mean, it's cool looking. Let's use it for like one fight. And as expected, there are Tuatha here. I wonder if shields are like directional too. One more. Like if they attack you from behind. Oh, that's not Tuatha, that's her.
Quite well enough. I appreciate the help, but my work here isn't done. Unless you're going deeper into Verki, I'll take my leave.
Your father sent me.
I'm not going back until the work is done. You'll just have to help.
Appreciate the
They're
bravery.
coming in through the water gates in the depths of this place. They must have found them. That's their way in.
How do you know?
We see Tuatha crawling out of here every time we pass. As for the gates, I remember them from when I was a child, before the Tuatha came.
Then I'll come with you.
Unexpected, but thank you. With you here, we just might make it. Let's go.
Seems like she might be the last one left.
Are we going?
We are. Sit tight. Let me just gather some loot. So I guess when we close the gates. Oh, there's some Tuatha now. Ring around the rose.
Another mortal to the fire.
It's not very nice. Go ahead and equip my old shield so we get that magic damage before I forget. I think it's under armor, and yes, there it is. Definitely not as cool looking, but that 10% damage is great. Hopefully I can craft a shield that gives me that same bonus. Otherwise I will miss that quite a bit. So there's some Tuatha back, oh, some Fairgorda back here actually. Well, let's check it out because there could be some cool loot, even if there aren't any actual Tuatha. Assuming this door is unlocked, it is not, but thankfully I am a master lockpicker. Not a master pickpocketer, but can't be everything to everybody, right? Looks like the old library here. There's some nice jars I won't bother destroying. So many hard things to pick. Ooh. Set bonus. So this is a sorcery set bonus, but it gives resistance. The mage Zealot dedicated these relics to Lyria, his patron. An initiate of Verkreth slew Zealot, defiled them, and tossed them in a midden. Don't know what a midden is, but we will keep our fire damage boots. Still a cool find, though. I'm sure that'll fetch a pretty penny. Might be used to fund some of the training we'll be doing soon. Okay, so that's all for... well, nope, there's one more branch down here. Sorry to disturb your rest here. And again, it's probably pretty boring being a Fairgorda. That's just like sitting there all day, waiting for somebody to come. Yeah, first I was like, oh, this spell seems so complicated. I'd rather just have like the lightning shock that just does direct damage. But now it actually makes it a lot more fun, a lot more interesting than just shooting things with spells. You can kind of decide, like, is it worth it to risk putting more people on fire or marking more people? More enemies, I should say. Or should I just detonate it while I have the chance to? Adds a little bit of strategy to the game. Instead of just hack and slash. Excuse me, sir. Guess I probably could have blinked through Axie. I assume I can, right? Yes, I can. Okay, cool. And hopefully something good in this chest. Another hard chest. Which is annoying because if it was like very hard, I would use one of those Prismere luck picks, but instead it's just normal hard. Ah, so close. But yeah, I guess the one bright side is we'll be below 100 soon, and you get one more inventory spot. A relic. What is that? You just sell it for a lot? An ancient relic of Lyria. Okay. Well, I will take it. It's not doing anybody any good here. Alright, well, hate to end things mid-quest, but I do need to get some food in me and then get to bed, so I'm going to end the episode here. But when we come back, we will continue getting the Tuatha out of this, this Dolve, I guess, or whatever this place is. And we will then probably do the main quest. Let's check what this is. It's okay, but not that great. Alright, as always, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you right back here in the next episode. Take care.